Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as was the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, let's just dive on in, and let's first start off with the fact that DCENT Wallets is holding a major event right now until November 16th. If you purchase a DCENT wallet, I'm going to drop a link down in the description below, as well as in the comments below. If you guys go and get a DCENT wallet right now, you can actually fill out a form on their website. It's at the top, where they are giving away 200 Algorand right now. And as you guys are all aware, if Algorand does make it back to $1 plus, the all-time high was nearly $3. That means that your 200 Algorand could very well be worth $200 to $400, which would cover the DCENT wallet fully and essentially give you a free cold storage wallet. So if you guys do want to take advantage of this massive offer from DCENT Wallet, you guys are more than welcome to, with the links down in the description below, as well as in the comments below. It's going to be at the top, just to make sure that you guys don't miss it. So if you guys do want to go get this, it's a limited time only. I highly suggest everybody go out and get a DCENT wallet right now, especially as we prepare for the next major run up in the market. Now, with that being said, guys, we have a lot to go over. There's a lot of serious stuff going on here. There's a lot of things that we personally know from doing all of our research that Ripple and XRP are a part of this big picture. Now, there's going to be a lot of dark things being talked about in this video. There's going to be a lot of serious things being talked about in this video. There's going to be some speculation, but for the most part, by the end of this video, I want to ask all of you to comment down below what your thoughts are, what you think is happening, and what's going on. Now, I want to start off this video with this video going all the way back to April of this year. This got posted by Julius Rose over on Twitter. Rosie Rios said, "Consumer behavior is hard to change unless there is a shock to the system. People only change because of two things: inspiration or pain. 99% of people only change when there's pain, so it leaves them with no choice but to manufacture the shock to the system." Listen closely to this video.
Supply and demand. And one of the data points that we used in this process was working very closely on consumer behavior. Now, if you looked at, if you heard me speak yesterday, you heard me say that consumer behavior is the hardest to change unless there's a shock to the system. So I'm going to share some findings, some recent findings that I think will help us really think about what the future of money looks like. And just a little bit of background. So yes, that is me up there with the chair of the Federal Reserve at the time, Ben Bernanke, and my boss, Secretary Tim Geithner. And this is when we were unveiling the new $100 bill in 2013. So if you look at your U.S. currency, you can look on the slide. That is my name on the lower left-hand side of U.S. currency. I am currently on about $1.8 trillion of U.S. currency in circulation worldwide out of the $2.2 trillion. So no one makes more money than I do. So that is true. That is absolutely true. I'm going to say that again.
So there you guys have it, right? Nice little subtle flex buyer as well, but we're talking about the future of money here, right? We're talking about change, talking about a shock to the system. What's that going to be? Well, I think that we, at this point in time, are all aware of what's happening. If we're not, don't worry. By the end of this video, you will know. I joined the board of Ripple because XRP serves a purpose. It's a function that facilitates cross-border payments. Again, this is Rosie Rios, the same individual that was in this video. I want you all to understand that the writing is already on the wall. You really just have to decipher it, read it, and understand it. A lot of people think that, you know, I sit here making these XRP videos, you know, just for fun. Or, oh, people think that Ripple pays me. No. I make these videos because I believe that those that actually see this, those that actually understand what's happening, and those that can also do some of their own research will get extremely wealthy. Because I strongly believe that XRP and Ripple as a company are a part of this entire plan. Now over here, we've seen Warren Buffett recently predict a new pandemic, worse than COVID. Check this video out.
One thing that maybe surprised you most, something you learned the last year?
Well, I learned that people don't know as much as they think they know, but the biggest thing you learn is that the pandemic was bound to occur, and this isn't the worst one that's imaginable at all. Society has a terrible time preparing for things that are remote, but are possible, and will occur sooner or later. There'll be another pandemic. We know that. We know there's a nuclear, chemical, biological, and now cyber threat. And we know, each one of those has terrible possibilities, and we do some things about it, but it's just not something that society seems particularly capable and fully coming to grips with. The cyber threat, that we've just started, and look at the damage that's already been done. Charlie and I have been ungodly lucky in many ways, but the luckiest thing was actually being around at this time and place. And we also have these problems on how to 200 countries with over 7.5 billion people, and a lot of tensions between them and all sorts of things, and different systems of selected governments and all that. And how do we actually do this so that mankind 50 and 100 and 200 years from now?
So there you guys have it, right? Now you need to pay attention when individuals like Warren Buffett speak, because these are individuals that are a part of the elite system. They already know the plan. They realize it. Did you see the thing that he mentioned most in this video? Cyber attacks, cyber threats. Well, as we look back at the statement here by Rosie Rios, she said that consumer behavior is hard to change unless there's a shock to the system. Let me ask you this. What do you think happens next? As we all know that a major change needs to happen. How do you think that they're going to force this? Well, the World Economic Forum, in about roughly 8 hours at the time that I'm recording this video, it's probably going to be around roughly 6 hours now, but there's going to be an annual meeting on cybersecurity held in Geneva, Switzerland. And this is going to happen on November 13th through the 15th. And this is all about cybersecurity. And we see at the bottom there, against this backdrop, the annual meeting on cybersecurity 2023 will bring together over 150 of the world's foremost cybersecurity leaders from business, government, international organizations, civil society, and academia to foster collaboration on making cyberspace safer and more resilient. Now, there's a lot of things that are going to most likely be discussed within this meeting, but one thing is clear. The World Economic Forum, just like, of course, when we go back to Warren Buffett, is an elite organization that is essentially pulling the strings. And by the way, Warren Buffett is essentially part of the World Economic Forum as well as most major leaders around this space, including, of course, Larry Fink from BlackRock, for example. The list goes on. But what's crazy is that we already kind of got told the story. Fabian_03 actually put out this video. This is an older video. We've actually watched this video multiple times on this channel. We've addressed this video multiple times. It's talking about the Great Reset. Klaus spoke after the pandemic and the war. We must now, according to him, fear the planetary cyber attack. Obviously, they will tell us that it will be perpetrated against the population by a small group of unknown hackers. Absolutely not by the World Economic Forum masters. Check this video out. It's about 35 seconds long.
Pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack.
There you guys have it. Now, you might be wondering, Nick, where does Ripple, where does XRP play a role in all of this? Well, it's very simple. Offline. If they're going to bring a halt to the entire system and things are going to go offline, might be for a day, a week, who knows, right? XRP could still be transacted. There's things within the XRP ledger that allow for transactions to happen offline. XPOP is a great example of this. It was an older use case. But beyond that, what's wild about all of this is that this could very well be the thing that accelerates the push towards the future of money. Why? Because, well, we know that a shock to the system needs to occur. Warren Buffett, who is an elite, literally was telling us, hey, cyber attacks, that's going to be the next big thing. And then here we have this video from the World Economic Forum. Again, an elite organization that really is pulling the strings. And now they're holding this annual meeting on cybersecurity, which is a yearly thing. It's an annual meeting, right? But again, I believe that their plans are already in place. But what's even crazier about this is we know that Warren Buffett and also Rosie Rios, well, they're very familiar with each other. We see over here from Riz XRP, the train has left the station. Rosie Rios, Ripple XRP. Check this out.
Money's kind of an interesting thing. People seem to like to talk to me about it. I mean, they don't ask me how to dance or anything like that, but they do ask about money. And so if we'll put up 20-1, it's a photo of a $20 bill down in the lower left-hand corner. Incidentally, I think Rosie Rios, who signed this note, I think she signed more U.S. currency than any other person in history. So if you see Rosie, you cozy up to her. I mean, this is a woman that has issued a lot of currency.
So there you guys have it. Just a nice little statement there. Again, who's she tied back to? Ripple and XRP. Now you might be saying, well, Nick, that doesn't, really say much. Okay, let's dive into it. Over here, June 16th, Project Rosland gets announced by the BIS. Key aspects of a retail CBDC system such as an API design, privacy models, security standards, offline payments, private sector programmability, and ecosystem roles and responsibilities. Here's a full link to the project. By the way, this was with the Bank of England. Guess who else was a part of this? Oh yeah, that's right, Quant. Quant with Overledger was a key significant piece of the puzzle with this. We've already broken it down. Who's Quant working with on the Digital Pound Foundation, which is a think tank organization that is supposed to be looking into the possible feasibility of a CBDC within, of course, the UK? Oh yeah, that's right. Ripple and also Q&T. There's a few other players here, but for the most part, in my opinion, Ripple and XRP are the two crucial pieces for this. And we know that because, again, Quant has already been pioneered within this Project Rosland project, which, again, really kind of talks about everything that we've been addressing with CBDCs. Also, the API design is tapping into DLT APIs, realizing the value and also realizing the use case potential behind those APIs. Again, RippleNet with Ripple with XRP is an API design. But also, we know that just recently, the BIS just announced this on October 26th. Project Polaris. Reports focuses on high-level design guide for CBDC offline payment solutions. Now, I'm going to save you guys the trouble of me reading into this. There's actually a video that got posted by 801_XRP that really kind of sums up everything. Again, this is 5 minutes long, but I'm going to put it into the 1.5 times speed. So it's going to be about roughly 2 minutes and 50 some seconds long. If it is too fast for you guys are more than welcome to slow down the video yourselves.
In our fast-moving, hyper-connected world, the way we use money to make payments and do business is changing. Many countries are increasingly relying on digital online payment systems instead of cash. But our growing dependency on these online systems can affect our ability to pay when they become unavailable due to system outages, cyber attacks, or even natural disasters. being able to make payments when offline could provide a solution. An offline payment is a payment between two parties which are not connected to a ledger system. The ability to make offline payments when systems are unavailable could improve the resilience of payment systems and provide backup during a crisis. Offline payments could also enable financial inclusion wherever internet and telecommunications connections are unreliable or non-existent. And some solutions could provide digital payment alternatives for those who can't use mainstream options. Offline payment solutions could extend some of the features of using cash into the digital space, giving people more choice. Project Polaris from the BIS Innovation Hub Nordic Centre investigates the design of secure and resilient online and offline central bank digital currencies, starting with a focus on offline payments using CBDCs. In a global survey conducted as part of this project, the ability to pay with CBDC when offline is important to many central banks. The project helps central banks to understand the range of reasons and usage scenarios, the technologies available and the security considerations, key threats, risks, and risk mitigating measures, privacy, inclusion, and resilience design principles, the design and architecture considerations, operational and change management issues. Implementing offline payments will be complex, with various technological, security, and operational considerations that need to be planned and designed for as early as possible. These could influence approaches to developing policy, defining roles and responsibilities, implementation and operations, investment decisions. Offline payment solutions can be based on tamper-resistant hardware, software, or both. They can operate in 3 modes: full, intermittent, or staged, and have several central and remote components. These influence how objectives such as privacy, inclusion, accessibility, and resilience could be achieved, and which risks would need to be managed. Some of the risks include cybersecurity, double spending, counterfeiting, fraud, lost value, operations, supply chains, or reputation. Here are some of Project Polaris's key findings. There's no one-size-fits-all. Each country will have different reasons for providing offline payments capabilities. A risk-based approach must be taken from the earliest stages of designing the technology and operations. The design of a CBDC system providing offline payments would be influenced by a combination of factors, including usage scenarios, privacy, inclusion, accessibility, resilience needs, available infrastructure, risk management. The entire ecosystem of public and private actors need to collaborate with clear roles, responsibilities, and expectations. Improvements in network coverage and connectivity could reduce some needs for offline payments. However, some level of capability should be provided in the public interest, for example, for resilience reasons. Individuals and businesses will want CBDC-ready payment solutions that are reliable, easy to use, convenient, widely accepted, and provide a seamless user experience, both online and offline. CBDC systems must be secure and resilient, working whenever and wherever for everyone in society. Project Polaris, ensuring trust in a secure and resilient future monetary system.
So there you guys have it, right? Now, what's very interesting about this and where Ripple and XRP really come into place here is because, again, we already know that with Project Rosland, Quant was tapped in, and this is all around API design, things like that. And of course, with that, the Digital Pound Foundation, because this is working with the Bank of England. Remember, we have Quant and Ripple here. But beyond all of this, we know that just recently, Brad Garlinghouse from Ripple was headlining at the 2023 DC FinTech Week, and the BIS was there. The BIS was even, announcing this, and this is all regarding cross-border payments, AI, CBDCs, things like that. But also, we know that Ripple just recently joined the BIS's cross-border payments task force back in August, again regarding cross-border payments and payments in general. Also, they were talking a little bit about CBDCs within this, because again, the BIS is moving towards API-based systems, and even within this, we do see creating links between different payment systems, including linking application programming interfaces and aspects of messaging, aka APIs, also improving access to payment systems, extending payment system operating hours. Like, this is everything that they want regarding CBDCs and things like that. And we already know that Ripple has been pioneering CBDC technology for a very long time. But then also, shout out to Flip the Chain for this. Back in October 1st, actually, why MasterCard is the right partner working with Ripple. MasterCard holds several patents on blockchain. Out of various patents, the patents on smart contract and offline transactions are quite important. MasterCard will use the bridging capability of XRP and leverage the knowledge of smart contracts and offline payments in the new payment ecosystem. Again, there's no confirmation that they will use XRP, just full transparency, but we do see method and system of storing smart contract events, MasterCard International Incorporated. This goes back to December of 2021. Also over here, Again, offline transactions in digital currencies back in 2021. Over here, the inaugural set of partners include CBDC platform Ripple blockchain and Web3 software company Consensus. And also, the big thing to focus on here is IDEMIA as well. Ripple's launch of an inaugural government-issued national stablecoin in collaboration with the Republic of Palau, in addition to the work on 4 CBDC pilots as well. This is utilized to define requirements within CBDCs. It's being utilized as the standard, if you will. And even over here, this is the actual article that got posted back in August of this year. But outside of this, talking about IDEMIA, check this out. Technology gets more interesting. Shout out to Crypto Eddie for this. The IDEMIA group has technology for a CBDC to work offline, always on central bank currencies, allows anyone to always be able to pay anywhere, even without a network connection. And look at the few players that are tapped in with this. We have Hedera with MTech, the HBAR Foundation as well, Bit, Polygon, Prosperous, and even Ripple. But beyond that, what's crazier is that when you go over to their website, IDEMIA, we could see the full breakdown. They even talk about the 1.7 billion people that don't actually have access to a bank account, aka financial inclusion. We talk about IDEMIA secure wallet solution for offline CBDC transactions. They go in depth on this. They even talk about hardware chips and stuff like that. But also, if you go to the About section on their website and go to About IDEMIA, here's where you can actually see just how large of a player they are. They are already trusted by 600 plus governments, state and federal organizations, and 2,300 plus enterprise customers around the globe. I actually already utilized IDEMIA and this information in a video talking about Hedera, because Hedera was a key player with them. Also, beyond this, shout out to Flip the Chain yet again. We have over here MasterCard CEO working with Ripple, all of these other players, including, of course, IDEMIA. We're working towards these goals with a new CBDC partner program, with MasterCard teaming up with a handful of key blockchain Web3 payments players so we can learn from each other. And here you guys have from the actual CEO at MasterCard. He's literally talking about this, utilizing this technology, tapping into this technology, and all of it is based around offline CBDC transactions. The BIS is literally trying to plan around this. They are already working on this. It's a high-level design guide for CBDC offline payment solutions. And what's crazier about all of this is it really kind of ties right back to what we have been talking about since day one, that they will need to have some major shocking event push society into the digital age so that it could accelerate everything. And it could very well be a cyber pandemic. And that's where offline payment transactions and solutions come into play. That's also where CBDCs come into play. And yes, that is also when we see the significant players like Ripple that are already tapped in with the BIS and all of these major elite organizations. That's when they also get tapped in. I would love to know everyone's overall opinion down in the comments below. What you guys think is going to happen, what you believe is happening already, and do you think that I'm wrong in believing that Ripple and XRP are a part of the big picture here, with, of course, Quant as well, because I do think that Quant is a key player. I think that Project Rosland really kind of solidified that. But I would love to know your thoughts. Comment down below what you guys think. If you guys did enjoy the video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Peace out.